There is no such thing as a one-man show. Everybody needs a circle of influence in order to succeed. Even so-called self-made men need a circle of friends and support system, manufacturers, suppliers, other businessmen, mentors. We need people around us that support whatever we're doing. Obviously, as a small family startup, our business is very reliant on me and my wife because we're starting out. We're just in the building process. But we realize we need other people's help, and we are striving to work towards those goals. No matter how driven and motivated you are, you can't build a successful business on your own. We need people around us for many different reasons. We need people who are going to challenge what we think so that we don't fall in traps and that we don't fall into thinking that our ideas are always the best. Having people around us, trustworthy friends who are willing to tell us the truth, is very valuable. Second, we need people around us that are going to fill our skill gap. We can't do it all, and chances are you don't have all the skills, just like I don't have all the skills necessary to build Stonebelt. My wife, for example, is a tremendous help. She has the creativity, the design skills that I don't have and that I need in order to make my business successful. And third, we also need people to support and offer encouragements. Obviously, business is rather hard. It's a world where we have tendencies to have very high highs and very low lows. And without a support system, we end up either giving up or not finding success when things get difficult. On a personal level, I had to find help with my wife. Of course, we decided to launch this business together, but I also had friends and even somewhat mentor type people around me to show me or listen to my ideas and guide me. You have to learn to listen to people around you and take the criticism or just take the ideas and implement them however you think you should. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones taking the risk and we're responsible for whatever outcome is received at the end of our journey. It's important to take people's opinion and actually consider them. We won't always end up listening to people around us, to many people's despair. We can be fully aware of the choices and the consequences, and it helps us think. It comes back to the point I made earlier about being challenged, and I can't stress this enough. We all need, as entrepreneurs or businessmen or even influencers or whatever you're doing, we need to learn to accept people's challenge and criticism because it's actually very important to grow. But on the flip side of that coin, we also need friend and family to support us, tell us they love us and that we're the greatest. You know, everybody needs a tap on the back once in a while. It's natural for us to want this feeling of approval. And sometimes you won't get that through your business, not right away. So you need to find it through your circle of influence, your family, your friends, your close relatives, whatever it is for you. We also need to build relationship in the context of actual business. So that means building relationships with manufacturers, suppliers, people who will have a stakeholders in your project, whatever that is or whatever that means for your project. For us, for Stonebelt, it was building relationships with manufacturers, mainly overseas. It's a difficult part of what we're trying to achieve to make sure that we get the best quality, the best price, that we get a good working relationship with a company or two or three, as many as we can get. Because these business relationships are not mutually exclusive. They will usually benefit you but also benefit the other person that is in the relationship. And that's the whole point of doing business, right? It's usually a win-win situation. So we need to build strong relationships with people. And I must admit, on the personal level, I've actually always hated networking. I'm very good when I could put my headphones and just go to work and just be in my world. That's where I thrive. That's where I'm good. I'm not necessarily good with building relationships, and that's one of the things I have to work on if I want Stonebelt to be successful. So we're actively in the process of working business relationships. That's definitely a focus that we have right now, is building those business relationships, building our network, our circle of influence, and trying, get out of my comfort zone. Just to go back to my fourth video, if you haven't watched it, take a time to subscribe and like our videos, and you can go watch the fourth video of this series, which was getting comfortable with uncomfortable situations. And for me, networking is part of that. I guess it's a jiu-jitsu thing. We'll roll around people on the mat very close in proximity, but we're a little weird in that way. We don't like people too much. I don't know. I just feel like I've seen a lot of jiu-jitsu people who are like that. Leave a comment if you're like that. Connecting with mentors and other entrepreneurs is also another really important thing that can help you grow on a personal level, and also can help your business grow, because the knowledge that you're gonna get from these people is incredible. Obviously, there's all the internet, YouTube gurus out there that, you can rely on them if you want, but for my own 2 cents, I would rather draw my inspiration and motivation from people who around me who I've seen have success in business or in life in general, with their families or whatever the sphere is. Collaboration is always going to be important. It creates momentum for your business, and it drives you forward. Trying to do everything by yourself is eventually going to slow you down, and it's probably eventually going to kill your business. If you don't learn to rely on other people for some things, or to dedicate some parts of your business to employees or to other members, or whatever the case is, everything's going to rely on you. And whenever you're sick, whenever you don't feel good, or you're a little bit depressed, all that's going to affect your business. So if you have people around you to either support you or to help you do the job, business is really a team sport at the end of the day. As much as we like to think the one-man show is a possibility, it's really not. Don't try to do it all alone. There's a principle in the Bible that says that you should treat people however you want to be treated. And I think it's a little bit the same thing in business. You build your circle of influence early, and you treat people around you like you would like them to treat you and your business in order to have success. And I think that's a healthy, fair way to build connections and to build a business strategy going forward. So I encourage you, even if you're a jiu-jitsu guy or gal like I am, and you're not very comfortable with people, go out there, build connections, do a little bit of networking, do whatever needs to be done to be successful in whatever you're doing. Have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next lesson.